Hello, hello. Just gonna check that we are live on the page. Let's just bring that up. Hopefully we'll get a few people joining us. My little mission is to try and get more and more people watching each and every week. So thank you for those that are tuning in. Thank you to those that have messaged me. Let me just move that out of the way. Thank you to those that have messaged me to say, where are you? That is always nice to know. And I'm assuming I am live on my page as I've got people watching. Lisa's at work. Sorry, Lise. Not in your craft room. Or your craft desk, I should say, shouldn't I, for you? Look at the grey. Oh, I need to get to the hairdressers pronto. Hi, Ange. Hi, Gillian, Jeanette. Yay! I can see you're all coming on, so I'm assuming I'm in the right place. My computer is deciding not to show me that I'm here, but I think I am, so we shall carry on. Yeah. Hiya, hi. Hope you've all had a good day. Katie's happy because she kept missing me, so we tried to set up the notifications. So basically, if you don't want to miss, Katie, can you remember how we did it? She kept missing me going live and wanted to make sure that she got to see me going live when I do. So basically, I think if you don't get a notification to say I'm going live and you want one, what you can do is if you click on the last live video, you can click on it and then you can get told, I think if there's 3 little dots in the top right hand corner, and if you click on there, then it says get notified when this page goes live. So yeah, if you click on one of my videos, one of my Facebook lives, and click on the little 3 dots next to it, it will, I think that's right, isn't it, Katie? I think it tells you then when I'm going live. Your little Facebook app goes, hello, did you know she's going live? Just so if like time passes and you miss one and you don't want to miss one, yes, went on to your last live and pressed notify me. I think that's what we did, wasn't it? So yeah, that has worked. So yeah, if you want to make sure you don't miss them, I'm trying to position this phone so it doesn't just show the ceiling. I need to get better at that. I want it a bit higher really, don't I, like this? But because I have it landscape so that you can then see me crafting, I just haven't quite figured out to get it right. But anyhow, we're getting there. I think they're getting better each week. This is only week 3. So yeah, very happy that you're joining me live and ready to get creating, I think. If anyone has any questions, then do pop them in the comments. I do try and keep track, once I've moved the phone, I'll try and keep track on my computer of any comments coming in. So do let me know. And yeah, basically I'm going to do a little bit of crafting again. I quite like this. I've just told the kids to keep out because Mummy's going live. And Daddy's on bedtime routine again and reading stories. So I do Sundays and he's doing Mondays. So yeah, tonight I am going to create with, you might have seen a blog hop I did yesterday. It's on my blog. There's a picture, I think, on this Facebook page as well and on Instagram. They're kind of the places that I post my content. And I used these lovely papers. Now, these papers are free when you buy, when you place a £45 order during celebration. And I got them because I'd got the Lily stamp set and the Lily dies, and these are the Lily Impressions papers. So basically, they're not my usual cup of tea, I will be honest. You see, given maybe, I don't know, a couple of years ago, I'd have liked them, but for this side. So on the reverse, just show you, very sort of plain watercolour-esque patterns. I'd have probably used that side, but do you know what? Don't know what's happening with me lately. I really like these. They're an impressionist artist. Oh, hi Leslie, how are you? Not spoke to you for ages. Lovely to have you join my live. Hello, hello, hello. Hope life is treating you well. Yeah, so it's not normally my style, but yesterday I decided I needed to create a blog post with celebration items, and I was just going to do simple clear stamping with the lily pads, and then I used some of the papers. So I don't know whether you saw this card yesterday. I did put it on my blog, and I really, 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 really like the papers. Surprised myself. So I thought tonight we could play a little bit more with them and come up with something a little bit different. I might try and show you the inlaid lily technique because a few people have commented on that on my blog. So I thought that might be quite nice to show you. So what do you think to that? Give me a heart if you're liking it. I am just about, let me just whiz you round. And hopefully this will work. I think I've tried a different way today, see. Hang on. Might just have to adjust that. Hopefully you can see that. I might have to just have a shimmy. I think I'd actually got the phone the other way round earlier when I had my little practice sesh. But hopefully you can see that. My desk is like part craft room, part office, so I do kind of squeeze into a little bit of space, but hopefully that's okay. And you can see, oh, sending everything flying, look. And you can see everything. Don't know whether it's as good as before. You'll have to let me know. So yes. Let me just have a tidy. So yeah, these papers, obviously, like all our PAX papers, they're double-sided, and you get to have 2 of each sheet, okay, in one pack. So these are the patterns. As I say, they're not my usual style. Leslie loves the papers. Yeah, they're growing on me, definitely. I'm just going to see if I can expand this so I can keep an eye on you and any comments coming in. So I'm wondering which one to create with. I think I might go with this one here and see what we can come up with today. So yeah, I've decided, had a couple of feedback, and rather than share one that I've already made, I'm kind of going with the whole, got a rough idea, got a bit of stuff around me to play with, but haven't really got the design in my finalised to show you. Can see fine. Thanks, Katie. So let me just, don't know whether my computer's on a go slow. So I've just got a normal sized card base here. So I've cut the sheet of A4 in half to create that. And just going to fold that in half. And this is in Blackberry Bliss. So I couldn't find my celebration brochure. I don't know where I've stashed it. It'll be around here somewhere. But if ever you want to know what colours and you can't find your catalogue, then this comes with the packs of papers, and on the back it always tells you the colours. So this particular paper, as you can see, very bright and colourful, has a whole host of colours. So Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, Coastal Cabana, Flirty Flamingo, Garden Green, Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, Grapefruit Grove, Highland Heather, Lovely Lipstick, Mellow Mambo, Pool Party, and Pretty Peacock. Yeah, so you've got lots of ways of using the papers with all those colours. But I thought we will see how we get on. Maybe do a little white layer to make them pop. So when I'm cutting for my cards, I always tend to do 5 half a centimetre increments. So this is 10.5 by 14.9, okay? So then if I'm going to create a little layer to sit on top, I would do it at 10 centimetres. So I'm just going to cut that, move the score one out of the way. And then let me just make sure that's doing what it should do on the computer. And it's not. Oh, there we go. And then this I would do at 14.4, so sort of taking half a centimetre down to create your next layer, okay? And then I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do a full layer of this gorgeous paper. So this one I'm going to cut down at 9.5, do it to about there, flip it over, and I want to do this at 13.9, and that way you can get a nice layer to sit on your card just like that. Okay, so quite like that. It's pretty paper. And then what I thought we might do is just put that out the way, is create that inlaid lily technique. If I show you how I did that the easiest way, I thought that might be quite a nice little technique to show you tonight. Give me a like if you'd like to see that, or a heart. That would be nice. It's the only way I can communicate on these Facebook Lives. So yeah, so we've got that ready. I'm not going to glue anything down just yet, but I think I might get some coordinating colours. And so I'm going to dive into my little handy scrap box that I talked about last week, of how I organise my scraps. All my team that come round and craft with me know all about my scrap box, because it's where we go first when we just need a little bit of something. We delve into it. So yeah, I'm gonna have pink, and then just wondering what colour. I think that is the outline. Wondering what colour to do as the middle part of the flower. So we could go Costa Cabana, but I used that there. So I'm wondering whether we go Highland Heather maybe, or we could go Flirty Flamingo, so it's all pink, I think. Pink, I think. So, oh no, I don't like those two together. What do you think? Or we have Gorgeous Grape. Let's have a look. So this is where it's good having a few scraps so that you can kind of go, oh yes, I think that's the one, isn't it? I think that's the badger. I think we might use that one. So we've got Gorgeous Grape and Melon Mambo. And then in the dies, shout up if you think I've made the wrong choice before I start die cutting, because I'm going for it at the moment, but I know you're just watching that bit, so there's a slight delay. So yeah, let me know if you think I've made the wrong choice. but I think I'm okay. So yeah, I'm going to use these two colours, and what we're going to do is we are going to grab the Big Shot and we are going to die cut one in each colourway. Okay. And actually, when you're die cutting these, you could actually you could make two of these flowers, one in each way. So just going to move that there and make sure you keep all the little bits, okay? Even that tiny one there. Do not lose any when you do this technique. Katie approves of the colours, and she's put matching emoji hearts. Because of course, I am so on trend that I've picked matching emoji colours. So we're going to have one of these. Yet again, keep all the little bits. Okay. I don't know whether that's, I don't think that's from it. I think that's debris from before. Tiny little piece there. So what I am then going to do is just pop this out. I've moved my thing with my pokey tool. It does pop out quite easily, look, like so. So the one thing I do first is glue the outline piece. So when you die cut that, you end up with two outlines and a range of the inlaid bits, okay, the inner bits. So you can actually do two of these, one each way round. In fact, I might while we're doing it, just to show you how easy it is to create two of these in one go. So you can either use a bit of Tombow, or you could just use a touch of, because we're going to fill it all in, it doesn't matter that there's a bit of glue from the snail poking out. That's fine. So we'll glue that one down, and then we're going to glue this down. Okay, onto some card. And this, the background card, doesn't really matter what colour it is, because you're not going to actually see that. And then it's a bit like fun with a jigsaw. So I just went round and put in a load of little bits of Tombow in each one. And then you start, so I'm going to, in this one, I'm now going to put the purple pieces. Oh, dropped it on. Don't do that, don't do that. So we're now going to start filling in the bits with, if you struggle, you might want to do a dot each, just do one dot of Tombow before you start creating. And then it's just a case of, yeah, it's a bit like doing a jigsaw, isn't it? That's that way. Okay, what do you think? Seems like a fun thing to sit and do. Could be watching The Greatest Dancer or a bit of Love Island. I know most people will be cringing or shouting at the screen now, but hey ho, you know, we all have our crosses to bear. So yeah, you basically just start filling it in like this. Can you see? Somebody's give me a thumbs up. Don't know whether that's over the TV or options, or how easy it is to create this fun little topper for our little card. So there's only a couple of tiny little fiddly bits really. And you could usually take your pick tool, which I would use if I could remember where I put it. I think it might be in my bag for class. So I've just got a pair of tweezers to hand. But take your pick tool. So there's that one. And then while we're doing it, we might as well do this one. Because then you get to make the most of both die cuts. So sometimes it is a bit tricky, you know, to see. No, oh, it's that one. To see which one it is, because some of them are very, very similar. So yeah, it's quite a good idea to do the obvious ones first, and then you're left with the rest to do. And yeah, you just build it up like this. So just think of all the different colour combinations, especially with those papers and all the colours it has in it, that you could do with that. Obviously I've just done a couple so far, and yeah, you could do lilies in all sorts of colours just by doing this technique. So let's put a bit of glue on there. It's just, you know, it's quite a nice little therapeutic thing to do once you've die cut a few elements. We just start building it up with this inlaid technique. Okay. Oh, that's the other way around. Like so. Last little bits. Let's just go ever so tiny on the glue, otherwise you'll end up with a big splodge, which I probably will do now. If you start getting gluey hands, just use your tools to bring it round. So like this one. If you're unsure how it fits, you can kind of line it up first and then put it on like so. Okay, so we have too little, hopefully you can see that. My computer's gone on a go slow, showing me if there's any updates. Don't think so, I'm just having a look now. So yeah, quite like this technique here, and you can see how easy it was to do that. The next bit is, unfortunately, there isn't a die in this set. So you get quite a few different dies in this set. You get this nice trim one, you get ones to cut out the images in the matching stamp set. So that and that. And then you get some leaf ones, another sort of shaped one, a couple of lily pads, different sizes, the centre of your flower and a little leaf. You get plenty, but obviously because we get this nice fancy die that does the frame and the inner bits, we don't actually get just an outline one that coordinates. So thanks, Jill. It is a bit of a fussy cutting sort of task. So I found the bottom's quite easy to do, and to be fair, it's not too bad because it's all kind of angular lines. Okay, so just do that and that, and then you can kind of come at it from this end, and then it's almost straight line cutting rather than cutting round. Then just do some little snips and you can pull them out, cut round the bottom, that one for now. So just out of two little die cuts, you've got two very different inline filled in lilies. Just a different way of using that die. So this only uses one die out the set, and you've got all those others to play with. Thanks, Joe. My computer's decided to go off, so I'm just using my phone to check any comments. But yeah, that is basically the little flower. See? Oh, I've missed a bit on the bottom. So that's as much as I kind of had in my head. So now I need to see how I feel like pulling all this together. So we have that. Might just give that a little tidy up there where I added a bit of extra glue. There we go, that's a bit better. So let's glue these layers down, and then we can see what we think. Ange and Jill like it. Thanks, ladies. I'm glad you like. Ooh. Let's glue that down like that. Okay. So it obviously needs a little bit of a base. I think I might actually do a lily pad to give it something to ground to, and the greens in it are garden green or granny apple green or the Coastal Cabana. I think I'm going to go with the garden green, which is quite a nice rich colour. I'll just grab that ink. Still got the old version of this, and what I'm actually going to do is stamp it like so and die cut it out. So this does have a matching die, so we'll just quickly die cut this out. Hopefully you're still with me. My computer's decided not to be with me, which is fine if it wants to play. Right, I think the charger got knocked, so it's died. Right, sit this on nicely. Stay. Oh, the magnets are playing up with it. Let's turn it round. There we go. There we go. Let's just die cut this out. Okay, so we'll have a nice garden green, and you could stamp that straight onto some garden green cardstock, but I want a bit of a softer feel to it, so I'm going to find somewhere. Oh, we'll use this one. So what I'm actually going to do is, instead of sort of colouring it in with a blend or anything like that, I'm just gonna use this to go on top. I'm just going to gently bring some colour using one of the stamping sponges, and this just gives it obviously a softer feel, which I quite like for this particular image. So just using the sponge and your classic stamping pad. And then see how the card's starting to come together now. Like so. And I think, what shall I put with it? I think it needs some kind of little banner for this to sit on. So I might add a little strip maybe of Whisper White. What do you think? A little strip of Whisper White just to balance it and give it something to ground to. Tie it into the background. I'll trim it properly once I've decided. As I say, hadn't really thought this card through at all, but hopefully this will give you some inspiration of what you can do. I think a smaller one of them will look quite nice. So let's trim this down. Can't see if you're all still there. Oh, I can. So maybe just a smaller version of that. You could use ribbon, I guess. The white seam binding ribbon would look nice. But just want to keep it to simple card, this one, I think. Just going to put this across here like so, and then trim it down. Katie likes it, which is good. These are not Katie's style of paper either. Are they, Katie? But see, it's amazing what you can do if you buy stuff that you don't necessarily like. These were free anyway, so I didn't even buy them. But you know, it's not papers that would have immediately. Oh, gone a bit wild with my glue there. It's not papers that would have immediately sprang to me, but stepping outside that little comfort zone now and again is not a bad thing. So let's put this on now, like so. Okay, got a bit of glue on my fingers. No, I know, see? Just tidy that up because I was a bit heavy-handed with my glue. For all the ladies that come to my class, they'll be like, oh, see, she does get it wrong now and then. Love the colours. Yes, they're very you colours, aren't they? A change is as good as a rest. I know, exactly. Exactly, Jill. It is good to step out of that comfort zone. So I think we might just glue this on, the lily pad, and then maybe just add a touch of dimension to the lilies. What do we reckon? So, oh, it's alive, it's alive, it's alive. Notice I haven't got any wine tonight. Being good. Being good today. Got a busy day tomorrow, so I thought I'd be good tonight. And then we're just going to pop that on like so. Just give him a little tidy. What do we think? See, really, I just love the effect of putting the two different coloured cardstocks together. it really, really, really makes it come alive. And just with that paper, makes the paper sing. I can see some hearts. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. So yeah, it's like moment of inspiration yesterday on a Sunday afternoon, and I'm really happy with myself. But you never know when these things are gonna strike you, do you? So, and then obviously I could do the exact same thing, maybe even with those papers, do sort of one exactly the same, but with this particular flower. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Jeanette. Oh, thank you. Glad you like. So yeah, that's sort of the card I've got today. You could obviously add a sentiment. Just here would be quite nice, just to sneak it in without too much fuss. And if I can get hold of it. Where's it gone? I've lost it. Sorry guys, I'll be back in a sec. Just bear with me while I try and dig out the stamp set that I want. That's not the one. Where's it gone? I've lost my stamp set. I've obviously been creating with it and not put it back, which is pretty average for me. There's one called Itty Bitty. Oh, it's here. Got it ready for class on Saturday. Yeah, so I've got a class on Saturday where we're going to be doing a bit of love and friendship cards. Thanks, Leslie. Thanks, Katie. Yeah, so I might just do these. Are really useful. So it's a stamp set that comes with both of these. It's called Itty Bitty Greetings. It's in the annual catalogue, and it's kind of my go-to for when you just need a tiny little sentiment. So because obviously I don't have a lot of room here, I think actually I might just do a for you, because that would fit quite there without sort of taking over, wouldn't it? Now let's just make sure we line this up. So this is one of my top tips when you're using your grid paper, which I recommend. Then if you place your block square on the grid paper, then when you put the stamp on, make sure that's lined up this way round, especially when it's the rubber ones. Then you can stamp, as long as you then have your card lined up and this lined up square, it will be straight. And these little ones, I don't know whether to do it in Blackberry Bliss or the Gorgeous Grape. I think I might go Gorgeous Grape. So when you stamp these tiny little sentiments, it's easy to ink it up too much. So just a quick tap, so you don't have too much on, because otherwise when you go down on here now, it's going to splodge and not look clear. And so you can see, just finished it off nicely with a little for you. I could add some embellishments on, but you know what? I think I'm going to leave it there. I feel like that is, yeah, I feel that's a nice little card to send to someone. So that was obviously the original one that kind of inspired it. This was sort of a tag topper closure. We're actually doing one of these cards on Saturday's class. I do have a couple of spots left, so if you do want to come and you live near Rugeley in Staffordshire, then message me tonight, because I will be cutting kits tomorrow. But yeah, we're going to be learning how to create this kind of closure on a card. And yeah, we won't be doing it with Lily's. Lily's isn't part of the kit or these papers, but there are some gorgeous gorgeous heart papers which can be used for anniversaries, friendship cards, obviously the Valentine's cards that might be needed in the near future. But you can do weddings, you know, just a card to say I love you, that kind of thing. So that's for Saturday's class. We're also going to be looking at how we make this little treat box, which is turned into a little mailbox. So yeah, lots of fun on Saturday. But yeah, you'll be able to learn how to do this closure as well. So yeah, that's kind of the original one that inspired it. And then tonight, just using that same technique with the lilies. So if I just quickly take you out of here. So thank you everyone for watching. Yet again, loved having a little create live on camera. Amazing what you can come up with, isn't it? And thank you. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator and you don't have a copy of the current catalogues, then drop me a message on here is fine, and I can send one of these out to you with the celebration as well, so that you can have one to browse. Like I said the other week, then it's full of ideas, you know, whether it's ideas for new stamp sets to buy or project ideas with stamp sets that you already own, or, you know, other material, you know, layouts, all that kind of thing, then our catalogues are the best in the business for that. Full of ideas. Stampin' Up have a wealth of creativity in the home office, and artists that spend their days creating these amazing samples that we see in the catalogue. So yeah, do let me know if you want a copy and I will get one out in the post to you. We've still got 2.5 months, really, well, 2 and a bit months of celebration, so plenty of time to earn yourself a freebie or two. Obviously I've shown you the papers and the stamp sets, which are free with a £45 order for the lilies, and then the dies are free with a £95 or £90 order. So yeah, you do have to spend a little bit to get all of this, but at the same time you can take some of the elements. You might just want the dies because, you know, you can do so much with just those. They're really nice. But yeah, let me know if there's anything that I can help you with, and I will aim to be back here next week with something new to show you. Okay then, thanks for tuning in. Bye.